What up, y'all? It's Coffee back at it. And man, Peter Gunz just brought up this question here regarding Thugger, man. And I really want to hear from everyone on this because I was shocked when he took the plea. And I feel like a lot of other people were as well. And let's just get right into it. You see, he says, saying he took a bad deal is crazy to me. It's crazy to him. You heard? Like, he's not just saying he's up in the air, right? Like, emphasis, like, that's crazy. That's a good deal, right? That's, how is being free a bad deal? Just a question. Be respectful in the comments. So that's what it's all about over here. If you're just finding this channel, Coffee talking it up with you guys, hear it from the people, debate. So I'm on the same ish. Gunz is on right here. I don't know that I go and say it was a bad deal, but it's like a loaded deal in a way, you know what I mean? Because, and we're gonna see what people are saying in the comments, but my shock mostly came from the fact that he stood against it for so long, like stood tall, like like Treyway said, or Shoddy. Remember when all of that ish was going on and all them channels were doing videos like that before they were famous guy or whatever? Like, he was calling him Treyway. Like, a lot of people were referencing to Shoddy like his name was Treyway. But because he was always yelling Treyway when the whole 6ix9ine saga was playing out, man. And here he did all that to have a 1-year run, get caught up in a RICO, and be out, and now he's back in there, and he's just been a goofball ever since. And he was goofy to begin with, but nonetheless, we don't bend, we don't fold. This Treyway, right? That's the type of ish Thugger was on. Like, all these other people are taking deals that they're folding, whatever. I'm standing up against it. Like, you ain't gonna catch me copping out for ish. And he went so far with it. Longest trial in the history of Georgia. All the ish that happened. 3 judges, everything. What made him take the plea at that point? Like, did the prosecutors, like, were they going to enter something new in evidence, or would they even be allowed to at that point? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, was there something that had Thugger shook all of a sudden? It was wild to me. You know what I mean? Because the deal, 12 years probation, that's no easy feat. And then these stipulations: banned from Metro Atlanta, has to do 4 presentations / concerts a year against gang violence. I keep saying, is he going to be the tipster 2.0, where T.I. had to do those, and like, I always let everyone know I'm no G and all that, you know what I'm saying? But image-wise, you know what I'm saying? This is Thug, right? This is slime. This is blood gang-ish and all that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's a human being too, and images and everything. But I don't know, it just surprised me to see him take it. And then no contact with gang members or Cody's, we know, except for Gunna and his brother, Funk, or however you say his name, and cannot promote gangs in any way. So 12 years, right? But if he violates, according to what we're seeing here, he could end up doing 20, right? In the end, the risky strategy paid off in a stunning decision. The judge required no prison time, instead ordering that Thug serve 15 years of probation with several conditions, but warned he could see 20 in custody if he fails to adhere to them. So that, like I said, that's a lot. That's not easy. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen people, like, at the end of the day in life, man, you gotta man up, handle your responsibilities, having excuses. Like, you ever notice that people that have a lot of excuses typically are the type that just don't really want to put forth the effort a lot of times, right? I'm not saying that's always what it is, but a lot of time it is. And I mean that in a sense that, like, this happened to me because of this. I lost this job because of that. Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, where people say, like, hey, as long as you stay on the straight and narrow for the most part and do what you got to do, and, stay off the BS and the flunkery, like, you should be good money. Yeah, that's pretty much true for the most part. But wild things can come along and happen. Life is what it is. And with probation, I'm being serious. I've seen people violate probation who are really trying, and that 20 in custody, I don't know. That just seemed like a lot to me, and like I guess I don't know that I'd call it a bad deal because we know what he was possibly facing, but it was just shocking to me that why come this far when we seen like 5 billion times, man, all the corruption and bullish that was going on with that case. Um, like, why not just see it through? And if he lost, I felt he had heavy grounds on appeal. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm not looking at this saying it's a bad deal, but or is it a bad deal? I don't know. I want to know what you think, but I definitely was just shocked. But I wanted to see the responses in here. You know what I mean? I'm going over this in real time with y'all. Like, I haven't read this yet, so let's see what people are talking about. The setup is, does he have the capacity to behave for 15 years? Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Someone's going to be like 12. Or no, is it 15? It's a setup for real. This guy says, black folks always want to say it's a setup. He lucky he got probation. If he felt that he didn't do anything wrong, he should have never took the deal. Meek Mill was on probation for 10 years. Does anyone have the capacity to be in prison for even half of that? Can you get charges in prison? I get that comment, but I don't at the same time. Meek Mill was arrested toward the end of his probation for popping a wheelie. If the prosecutor felt they were going to convict, they wouldn't have offered a deal. So that's a good point as well. Where did it, like, what's the origins of this deal? You know, I haven't, to my knowledge, seen anyone report on it. Like, obviously they have to come forth with the deal, but you know, negotiations can be broken, bartered on both sides or whatever. And I know that deals were offered to Thug at other times. You know what I mean? But at this point in time, did his attorney strike up convo with the prosecutors or what? Like, I don't know. Did Thug just get sick of the whole thing? Like, it's just, I got so many questions with this, man. This dude says, y'all dudes don't because y'all childish. A grown man, be a grown man and you straight. I walked off 9 years probation, not one glitch. And like I said, generally in life, things can be that way. Like, you control your own destiny. Can there be obstacles and things that happen? You know what I mean? Could you walk out your front door and something flies out the sky and just crushes you and that's it? Life's over? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Can you be in the wrong place at the wrong time? Like, yes, it can happen. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about this. So everyone comment. We're going to slide around, read a few more of these, and then close it out. But I was just intrigued when I saw Peter Gunz bring this up. Because like I said, I just couldn't believe it. Like, what changed Thug's mind? You know? Did he just get antsy? Was it anxiety? Like, I don't know. Because I kept feeling like, if you would have asked me, or probably check out any of my commentary on this matter over a while, I kept saying I felt like a mistrial was on the horizon. Like, we saw a lot of shady-ish, man. There was a lot of foul. Like, when that third judge came on, again, first judge, secret meetings and ish, and didn't want to disclose certain things that he was supposed to or whatever. Like, it was super funny style. He's recused from the case. Second judge didn't even take the stand because they had a bailiff or whatever, someone who worked for them as like a bailiff, I believe, right? In that, a part of their team that was involved with a co-defendant on a case. Excuse me. That like, they were in love with, sending them love letters, sneaking them contrabanding ish. That's shady as hell, right? Then we get the third judge who gets on and is talking about, listen, more or less, I'm paraphrasing, guys. This case has been a joke. There's no records kept of this. Like, you know, a court is supposed to have so many, like, you know what I mean? Keeping the minutes, keeping this, that, and this, logging that. Like, she was like, yo, this is some unorganized bullish. And then we even seen her go at and saying, like, listen, and she was urging that. I wonder if that played a factor into it too, because she was urging at the beginning for, like, let's talk negotiations, please, and stuff like that. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the judge was heavy on, you know, the prosecutor saying, listen, if you're not talking deals, we need to get those talks going again. But we just kept seeing so many things to me that I kept saying, man, we're so close to a mistrial. That's got to be a mistrial. Like, we're one more BS away from a mistrial. But nonetheless, the case carried on. Okay. And we saw her, that's what I didn't want to leave out too, telling a prosecutor, yo, the way that you're doing this, that, and the third, X, Y, and Z, and you've been warned and you continue to do this, like, I don't want to tell you you're on some bullshit, but like, you're on some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it was an absolute joke clown show. And then for Thug to plead out, it just shocked me, man. So to see Peter Gunz ask this question, I had to bring it to the blogosphere and talk with y'all about it. We'll read like a few more of these and then we'll close it out. But please join the discussion, join the debate. What's really good with all this, you know? Ask that question again in 3 years. I said the same thing. Someone says, it's not that it's a bad deal because out of prison beats in prison on any given day. That's facts, right? It's a dangerous deal because the state fumbled so bad in presenting. And I got to stop too. I always, with it being a RICO, get it flucked up. And I always forget that Georgia has a state RICO. There's like, I think 2 other states that have it. That flucked me up when I first found out about it. 1090 Jake was doing a video on someone that got knocked in some, I think it was in Georgia as well, some kind of like promoting prostitution case. You know what I'm saying? Pimping, pandering, trafficking. You know what I'm saying? And his mom was involved in it. Do y'all remember that one? Comment if y'all remember that, where dude pimped his own mom. It was in the indictment. And he got hit with the Georgia State RICO. So I always fuck that up. But again, let's start this over because I'm already feeling I like the way the guy, who's this? Oh, Shabazz the OG. Okay, I fuck with this guy. Let's go follow him real quick. You know what I'm saying? I like to, like I say, it's all about chopping it up and having that good convo over here. So make sure you subscribe. Follow me. I'm on Twitter. I'm on the gram. We talk music, news, sports, and more. I got a couple other channels out there. You know what I mean? We talk a lot of topics, but it's more or less about talking it up with y'all. But again, it's not that it's a bad deal because out of prison beats in prison any given day. It's a dangerous deal because the state fumbled so bad in presenting the case. They made the probation stipulation so strict and for 15 years. So, yo, them stipulations are a motherfucker, man, when I'm looking at that. And again, I've seen people trying to do the right thing and violating probation. Like, real talk, comment anyone out there, you've been on probation, there's someone you know, a family member, a friend, a loved one, they were in a similar boat and like they got violated on some bullish. You know what I mean? Like let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. I'm acknowledging, I want to know if you feel the same way, right? That you can get caught up in things sometimes in life that it's not your fault. You know what I mean? You can be on the straight and narrow and some wild situation can just jump off. It happens. But for the most part, if you handle your business, you're going to be all right. But them stipulations really are a motherfucker, man. They made the probation stipulation so strict for 15 years that they're banking on him violating in some fashion so they can get the 20 years out of him. Yes, it's absolutely up to him to fly straight. However, it's so easy to violate. Exactly. I'm loving the way this guy's breaking it down, man. It's so easy for him to violate even when you didn't mean to, and they know it. So again, it's not bad per se, but it's most definitely a dangerous deal. And that dude broke it down perfectly again. Shabazz the OG. On point with that one. These the last few we're gonna read and then we're done, y'all. This guy responds to Shabazz and says, exactly. If that man goes and do a concert and he around bad vibes or people he shouldn't be around, it's a wrap. Yeah, I see the setup. I got you, OG. It's bad if he can't comply with the terms for 15 years. 15 years probation is life. That case was so tainted, they eventually would have had to dismiss. Listen, for real, y'all, like, I know a lot of y'all out there gotta feel me on this, man. Like, that case was such bullshit. Like, for a case, like, this is a record-setting case. Before it all even jumped off with the amount of witnesses, with everything, they were like, this is going to make history in the state of Georgia. Like, it already has, and we ain't even started yet, and we know it's going to. Like, it was all a rollout almost up to it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the way that they came all unorganized on bull-ish like that. Remember too, we saw a damn public defender talking about, man, I'm gonna have to start twerking this thing. Pause. Not for a female twerking this thing, but just being a man saying that, even though it's a female's words, I'm gonna throw a pause in there. You heard? On OnlyFans or something, because I can't give my clients a proper defense with the way, like, it's all, we're backed up. Like, this is twisted. You know, like, this case was a joke. This case was a joke, and I feel like we were on our way to a mistrial. And even if not, like, appeal wise, if he did get found guilty, I feel like Thugger was like, had that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Again, let's talk in them comments. This guy says, definitely not a bad deal. Judge stated that if he stay out of trouble for 3 years, they will backlog the rest of the 15. I didn't even hear that part. Tap in and let me know if you heard that. Everybody here 15 and think it's 15. It's not. I'm down here in ATL. That's how they do it down here. Is that true? Let's read the replies to that, because I didn't hear that part. Dude says, you right, buzzing, but any cop contact, it's over. So that's what's wild too, police contact. I saw one time where there was someone that got arrested, right? And they were on probation. And that's the thing too, you can't always get bailed out. I don't know. The issue's a mess. But anyways, they got out, fought the original case, and beat it. So then you would think, okay, like, you'll be reinstated on the probation that you were on because you caught a case and beat the case. You're not guilty, and they violated over some police contact. I swear. That's easy for him. LOL. LOL him out here. One of his stipulation is he's banned from ATL. Someone says they did that. They did say that. Facts. Okay, so other people are backing that up. Apparently, if Doug keeps his nose clean for 3, they'll drop them other 12. But if he flux up, it's 20 inside. It's just such an... Yo, it's like... That's the thing. Like, we keep saying, is it a bad deal? You know what I mean? It's like... I don't know, it's a tricky one, but tap in. It's like the numbers vary so greatly. But let me know what y'all think about it. Sub up and I'm out here.